In baseball, there are numbers that look impressive, and then there are numbers that don't look real. 48 innings pitched, 173 batters faced, 602 pitches thrown, and not a single unintentional walk. Not one. For an entire season. At any level of baseball, that sounds impossible. At the junior college level, where weather rewrites games, where bus rides and double headers steal sleep, where chaos lives in every inning, it sounds even crazier. Sophomore right-hander Sam Wilson did it for the Lane Titans. And he didn't do it by overpowering batters. He did it by keeping them off balance. During the off-season, Sam worked on his craft. He threw out the pitches that weren't working, added 2 new ones, refined his ability to read a hitter's swing, worked on sequencing and tunneling his pitches. The fastball still mattered. The splitter still played. But it was the gyro-slider that changed everything. One of his coaches called it the disappearing slider because it doesn't break early. It waits. It waits until the hitter has decided to swing, and then, well, it just isn't there anymore. Gone. But the movement wasn't the dangerous part. The control was. Sam could land it on either edge, elevate it, bury it below the zone, or slide it off the edge. One pitch that looked like 5. Over 52% of the time, when hitters managed to put his ball in play, it was a ground ball. 80% of all hit balls were classified as weak, routine ground balls and pop-ups. If you were going to get on base, you were going to have to earn it. That mindset produced one of the most extraordinary statistical seasons junior college baseball has ever seen. Now here's something you ought to know about Sam. He doesn't look at his own numbers. Never does, not during the season. The only number he cares about is the one in the win column. In fact, only one other person even knew what was happening out there, his catcher, a young man named Trevor DeVincenzi, who also happened to be his roommate. The two of them just kept working, game after game, keeping the focus entirely on the next pitch. So let's do what Sam wouldn't. Let's look at the numbers. An earned run average of 1.125 and 8 saves, both top 5 NWAC performances, and the best whip in the conference at just .458. The hitters, they batted a .127 against him, 127. Over his 48 innings, 27, more than half, were 3 up, 3 down. But even those numbers don't fully explain it. 173 hitters. And in all those at-bats, Sam reached a 3-0 count exactly once, and he got the out. He reached a full count just 8 times all season, and all 8 ended the same way, an out for the Titans. And against those 173 batters, he never threw a ball 4. Think about that. In a sport built on failure, in a game where even the best pitchers eventually lose command, Sam Wilson spent an entire season refusing to hand out free bases. And he didn't do it by hiding, exactly the opposite. He still pitched inside. He hit 3 batters all season, one of the lowest rates in the conference, but enough to remind you this was no careful dance around the strike zone. 73.9% of all his pitches were thrown for strikes. It was fearless pitching with elite command, and somehow the streak stayed quiet until the intentional walk. The only walk attached to Sam's season came in his 36th inning with 2 outs. Sam had already faced that same hitter twice in previous games and retired him both times. But this was a critical late game situation, and the call came from the dugout, from a coach who didn't know anything about a streak. Most pitchers would have been rattled, frustrated, pulled out of the moment. When asked later how he felt about the coach breaking the streak, Sam shrugged it away in the simplest baseball language imaginable. "I struck out the next batter, ended the inning, and we won the game," he said. That's our only job, win games. That mindset carried straight into the postseason, where the stakes got bigger and his focus only sharpened. Sam closed out the Super Regional game that sent the Titans to the NWAC Championship Tournament. 3 innings, 4 strikeouts, no runs. In the championship tournament, he took the mound twice to work 5 innings. 15 batters stepped into the box. 15 walked away without a hit. And in the game that punched Lane's ticket to the championship, Sam was on the mound to seal it, fittingly with a strikeout.
Strike 3 called, that's the ball game.
Sam Wilson didn't just put together a great season, he authored one of the most disciplined pitching performances college baseball has ever seen. The innings, the saves, the hits that never came. Maybe it becomes an official record someday. Maybe it stays an untouchable JUCO mark. A lot of arms can throw, few ever learn to pitch. Sam Wilson made that leap and authored one of the most disciplined performances college baseball has ever seen. 173 hitters, not a single ball 4 thrown. That's not luck, that's not a hot streak, that's a pitcher in command of his craft. And for one unforgettable season in Eugene, Sam Wilson turned precision into poetry. A sophomore season is a chapter, not the final page. And if this is what one chapter looks like, I can't wait to see what he writes next.